Hey everybody, Coach K Rains here, Keola Rains of Kinetic Studio and of course of the Power 30 team. I'm super excited for the second installation of Power 30 and I just want to do a quick review of some of the things we learned in January, and for our newbies, welcome to Power 30. I'll be going over nutrition with you guys, and I'll also be starting to bring in some exercise physiology, talking about how to control and create high intensity exercises so you're getting your results that you're aiming for. So let's review quickly some of the things we learned in January. Let's go over some of the things that you're going to need to know for the next few weeks, and then we'll also talk briefly about what the perfect diet is. Okay, so in January, we talked about macros, and I really broke down the purpose and the benefit of using macronutrients as your goal rather than using calories as your goal. So for our new Power 30 members who are joining us for the first time, macros are going to be the driving force behind your nutrition program. So rather than on this first week handing you guys or emailing you guys a nutrition program, I really think it's important for you to understand why we count macros, how to calculate them, and understanding what each of the three macronutrients do for you. So really briefly, there's three macronutrients: carbohydrates, protein, and fat. And each one of them play a huge role in the function of your body. Carbs are not bad. Carbs are your friend, especially when you learn how to use them to your benefit or towards your goals. So carbohydrates are going to be your body's first form of energy. They're what your brain loves to use to fuel all of your activity. When you cut carbs down really low, like in a ketogenic diet, which we'll talk about, for the first week or so, you may see migraines, you may get headaches because your brain is looking for carbohydrate. It loves to have carbs to fuel it. So we're going to learn what are some great options for carbs, when to eat them as far as timing throughout your day, and how to use them to your benefit. Next, we have protein. Of course, we all know what protein does. We have a general idea that protein is basically the prime fuel for muscle, and it is, but protein also is the repair and rebuilder of your hair, your skin, your nails. All of your organs are made out of protein. So your heart, your liver, your stomach, we need protein to repair and rebuild the cells in all of our organs, more than just a muscle builder. And then fat. Fat is like the misunderstood macronutrient, okay? So you see lots of foods that are labeled as low fat and going on low fat diets for heart health, which may be great, but fat is also the only way that we get nutrients spread throughout our body. So think of fat as like the train. All of your nutrients hop on the fat train and then they get distributed all throughout your body. So fat is very important in your diet, and especially when we're looking at good healthy fats like avocados, olive oil, things like that. So you need a good supply of all three of these. Based on your goals, we're going to change the percentages of each one of those, and we'll talk about that in the next couple weeks. So macros are, again, the driving force of your nutrition program. Next, we talked about, and we'll talk a little bit more about fasting. Intermittent fasting, what does that mean? So there's so many different options and schedules that you can follow when you're intermittent fasting. One of the easiest ways to start is with a simple 6 to 8 hour window. Okay, a 6 to 8 hour window. And all this means is that you choose based on the time you wake up and the time you go to sleep, and really what your work schedule and your day is like, those 6 to 8 hours that you'll eat. So you have the option of skipping breakfast and having your breakfast a little bit later in the day, or you have the option of eating right away when you wake up and you stop eating earlier in the day. So it's different for each person. Some people do not need a meal when they first wake up. They can go till noon without eating, and that works perfectly for them, which means that they would start eating at noon and they would stop eating later in the evening, 7 or 8 o'clock. But if you're the kind of person that needs to eat right away, no problem. Your 6 to 8 hour window starts a little bit earlier, and then you stop eating a little bit earlier in the day. Okay, so fasting is a great option. One of the reasons I like it is because it just gives you control. You're not going to have lots of late night snacking. It makes you really be mindful of staying within that window. Rather than worrying about it being a weight loss tool or an anti-aging tool, think of it as a discipline tool. And of course, there are amazing benefits when you're intermittent fasting, like anti-aging, cellular repair. Your body basically starts to repair itself from the inside out when you stay within these windows. There's also the option of fasting to go from day to day, meaning on one day you eat a very large calorie intake, and then the next day you cut your calories in half. It's a little bit more challenging to keep track of, but we can definitely get into that if you're interested. Email me. Okay? Next thing we're going to talk about is ketogenic dieting or ketosis, getting your body into a state of ketosis so that you're burning pure fat for fuel. So it goes back to understanding what your macros are and understanding how to adjust your macros to put your body in a state where it's burning just fat. Here's my take on keto. Cycle it, meaning go 2 weeks on and 1 week off rather than staying for months and months straight in ketosis. It's not healthy for your kidneys, it's not healthy for your liver. However, if you're cycling it, you can get some great results, great for mental health. It's really great for your skin and your hair and your nails, lots of good healthy fats. It's a great option as long as you're following it in a manageable way. So here are the true breakdown to ketosis or ketogenic diet. You're eating 5 to 10% of your macros coming from carbs. You're eating a moderate serving of protein, which is about half of your body weight in grams of protein or less. And then you're eating very high fat. The fat percentage could be anywhere from 70 to 90% of your daily intake in calories is coming from fat. So this is a true ketogenic diet. So what you would do in order to cycle it is stay super low in carbs for the first week and then bring your carbs up just a little bit for the next week and then bring your carbs up a little higher for the third week. Or you can reverse it. You can start with, say, 100 grams of carbs in week 1. In week 2, you go down to 75. In week 3, you go down to 50. And in week 4, you go down to 25. And then you cycle back around at the beginning of the month. This is the best way to manage a ketogenic diet, especially for a beginner. Now, if your goal is to have lots and lots of energy, this is not going to be the best option for you. But if you're looking for really great and fast fat loss, this is a perfect diet for you. Again, it's really good for mental health. And then lastly, what is the perfect diet? So I get this question all the time. In January, lots of people were asking, what's the perfect diet? What's the best diet that you suggest? My answer is always this: whichever diet works for you. The Mediterranean diet has been said this January in reviews that is the healthiest and best diet to sustain. When you look at what is entailed in the Mediterranean diet, you're getting basically a fasting diet where you're eating in a short amount of time, and you're also getting a modified ketogenic diet. So Mediterranean diet has lots of healthy fats coming from fish, coming from olives, coming from nuts. They eat lots and lots of vegetables in the Mediterranean diet and a good serving of fruit. So it's your ideal, perfect diet, if you will. However, it's not perfect for everyone, like vegans or vegetarians, because lots of meat, lots of chicken, lots of fish, right? So the perfect diet for the next 4 weeks and for the rest of your life is going to be the diet that works the best for you. And that's always going to be my answer. There is no one perfect diet. You got to find what fits for you. So start understanding the importance of macros. Know that it's very important to get every single macro in, carbs, protein, and fat. Start thinking about what would your ideal 6 to 8 hour window be. Understand that if you're doing a ketogenic diet, which is great, know how to cycle your weeks and then find the perfect diet that fits for you and your lifestyle. Take care.